Hi, boys and girls. Today we're going to be talking about coloring our optical illusion art. So the first thing you should have done is taken your eraser and you go back and you erase any lines that we can still see that are pencil. We need to make sure we do this so our art is clean and it looks as beautiful as it can. Once you go back and just lightly erase the little parts, you don't have to erase the whole paper. Once you go back and you find all those pencil lines, then we're ready to start coloring. So the first thing you're going to do is choose a color for your gradient. A gradient is when the color goes from dark to light. You might have heard this called an ombre before when talking about hair or phone backgrounds or computer backgrounds, but in art we're going to call it a gradient. So the first thing you're going to do, I'm choosing green. I need a dark green and a light green. You're going to take your color, whatever color you choose, and start with the darker one. And at the edges of one section on the black line, you're going to push pretty hard. Not hard enough to break the crayon, but enough that it's a dark version of that color. And then as we go to make the gradient, you just go lighter with the color. And to do that, you're just picking your hand up, doing less pressure as you go until you're barely touching the paper. And you do that again on the other side too. Dark by the line, lifting your hand up, less pressure as you go until the whole section is filled in. Now, you take your lighter crayon, and this is where the magic happens. You color the entire section. You don't have to worry about pressure this time. You just color the whole section. Even the parts you already colored green, you go over top of that, or whatever color you chose. And you just color until it's all filled in. And once it's filled in, you'll see that it starts to look like it's going dark to light. It's starting to look like that is curved. Now, you'll see that I'm doing every other. So pink, green, pink, green, pink. Now I'm doing green. So again, dark at the edges. I'm going to use a messy paper so I don't draw on my table. Dark at the edges. Lighter as it goes in. You have to be very careful with the edges of your paper because sometimes they like to fold in on you. Darker at the edges, lighter as you go in. And then we take our regular color and we just color the whole section again. Oops. See, I'm being very careful with the corner of my paper and it's still folding up a little bit. So as you do the edges, be careful. If you look at my paper, you'll see that I chose to do every other one. And we're also going to be doing that, not just every other one here. We're going to skip this one and we're going to do the next one. So I'm going to start with green, dark to light, using my light color and going in. And that one's green, the next one's going to be pink. And even though it's a different color, it's the same technique. Dark on the outside, lifting up your hand and going lighter. Dark on the outside, lifting up your hand and going lighter. Taking your second color, that light pink or whatever light color you chose, and coloring the whole section. So once we're done, we're going to have 4 different colors on our paper, and it's going to be every other section. You'll see the example on the board, and if you get confused, you can always ask Miss A for help. Okay, boys and girls, I know you're going to have so much fun making this. Bye!